Good morning, Sagittarius. Welcome to This Just In, where we take a look at love and relationships and see what's going on. As I started to handle the cards and started to pre-shuffle a little bit, those two popped out, so I just went ahead and put those out there. I'm really having trouble handling the cards today. How's everybody, Sagittarius? How was your holiday? Hope things went well. You were able to get some rest, have some fun, enjoy some family, or, whatever it is that you guys do during the holidays. Let me just say that this reading is going to, it's going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you want to pull together a more complete picture, you can check out your Moon or Rising sign if you know what that is. Also, like I told, I think it was Capricorn. For love readings, check out Venus if you know what that is. And, like I said, for that person who is not the astrologer, that's a lot of stuff to check. So, a lot of us really will just talk about the sun, moon, and rising. But really, when it comes to love and relationships and sex, Venus and Mars is really where it's at. But we want to take a look at the emotions and, with the moon and the sole purpose of the relationship with the sun, and also, maybe how the partner sees you or how you navigate through a relationship to some degree with the rising. And that's why we tell you guys to check those. So, let's get started. Guess I'll go ahead and turn on this last card now. So as you can see, we've got the Four of Wands, and these popped out, and we've got the Strength card, and we're gonna pull one more card, Sagittarius. Might as well go ahead and I'm gonna wait on that card. Let's start to talk a little bit about these two cards. Sagittarius, with the Four of Wands here, it looks like there is the desire to, or you already have some stable roots planted somewhere. You're looking to do this, or you already are doing this. You're looking, or you already have solidified a foundation somewhere. This is generally the card of good times coming together, marriage. This is building that home, that family life. In the Rider-Waite deck, I think it looks like there are two people there that are getting married. This is the place. A lot of you Sagittarians, you guys are fire and you like to move around a lot. But I'm kind of feeling like, some of you are ready to just kind of settle in. It may be even just settling in because it's cold outside. Maybe you don't want to move around that much. And maybe you and your baby want to stay home and just hang out at home. And that's going to be for those of you that are already in a relationship. Maybe some of you guys, have been, already just kind of chilling at home. Maybe just feeling lazy, Sagittarius. I'm kind of picking up, like I said, where maybe you and your partner have just kind of hung out at home. It's nice, it's cozy, you've got everything you need, you feel safe there, your mind can rest. I'm feeling like some of you Sagittarians who are already in a relationship, some of you are loving on your baby so much that, there has been, or there is no other place for you to be rather than home. Anybody else who may be offering you anything at this time, you are not interested. Um, there really could be a focus on just the one person and building this type of life together, because as you can see, uh, you've got the four pillars there, and like I told the other signs, this is kind of washed out. I think it's a million. It's a beautiful deck. The colors are kind of watery though. So anyway, there's this beautiful um, row of wands, and I think that that has been some passion and energy exerted into establishing this castle that we have at the top of the hill. And you've put a lot of work into this already, Sagittarius. So, now it's kind of like you just walking the red carpet to your spot. And sometimes, I'm looking at the waters here in this, there are times when the waters can get rough, even in a beautiful place like this. But I feel like there's a lot of love, and you're definitely starting to plant some seeds and grow things. And Sagittarius, if this be the case, this is good, because last month, some of you were trying to decide whether or not to stay or go, or there was somebody in the relationship that was trying to decide. That may not have been you that was trying to decide whether or not to stay or go. Now, thinking back on that, for some of you Sagittarians, okay, this is the place that you have. This is the place that you've been. When we pull this last card, I think it's going to kind of spell out for me a little bit more what this is really about. But let's go here for a moment. I said last month that some of you were trying to decide whether or not to stay or go, or the other person in the relationship was. Now, with the Strength card here, some of you may have been afraid to leave because you did put so much into this. You didn't want to leave because you had built something beautiful. You did at one time have something very solid. And maybe you just settled in there, because you simply didn't have the strength to leave. Now, this could be a case of you or the other person packing their bags and making a run for the door. If you look at there's no holding back with this Strength card. And the Strength card is ruled by Leo. Now, Sagittarius, are some of you dealing with some Leos? And I know that Sagittarian energy and Leo energy go very well together. Trust me, I know. I actually pretty much... Oh, you know what, guys? Okay, I gotta say this. I'm talking about a Sagittarian, and I'm talking about me understanding this type of relationship with Sagittarian. And I'll be damned if that particular Sagittarian didn't just text me right at this moment. Uh-oh, we on a roll. Okay, so wait. Anyway, let me pause the video for a second so that I can return this text. I'll be right back, Sagittarius. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Only because that was a time-sensitive situation. I needed to go ahead and respond to that, but I just couldn't leave that out. Anyway, so like I said, now some of you, I'm wondering if some of you are dealing with a Leo. But like I said, if it's not the fact that you're wanting to be home with your baby, that there's nobody else out there for you, there is this situation, like I said, I talked about last month, where some of you really could be, or somebody, the other person in the relationship really could be rolling out, realizing that they have the strength to move away from this now. No matter what, it's going to take Um, Maybe some of you Sagittarians are feeling like you need to get back out there. And the more that, the more that I look at this, and this last card is going to tell us for sure, the more that I am feeling like a lot of you are actually going to be leaving. And some of you, and I hate that energy just changed so quickly. But, the more that I'm looking at this, we'll see. But anyway, some of you could definitely, be saying that's okay. It doesn't really matter that, I built this. It used to matter, and I sat still because it did matter so much. But now I have the strength to just, get out there, to move on. I've saved enough money. I'm not interested in rebuilding, restructuring, revisiting this relationship or these opportunities within the relationship. I've built up my strength. I'm going to leave my assets and my money, possibly my clothes and my TV behind. That's okay. I've got the strength though to move forward, to see what else is out there for me. Okay. Let's see what the last card is going to tell us, Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fairy tale over. Sagittarius, we've got the Nine of Swords reversed. I'm wondering if some of you Sagittarians, you yourself, or you may be dealing with somebody who may be suffering from some mental illnesses, maybe, like depression, or there could be some of you could be dealing with somebody who's bipolar or depressed. And I'm feeling like just some of you are ready to bring this to an end. Maybe some of you Sagittarians are feeling like, it's not like it used to be. It's not, the place that we had where, everything was good and kosher and cozy. Some of you Sagittarians may be, actually feeling like you have the strength okay, some of you are feeling like you have the strength you need to you need to garner up the strength, but there's something in your mind. I'm not feeling like, Sagittarius, it's your physical self that doesn't have the strength. There's a particular way of thinking that you have, or that's, the other person in the relationship has, that is, almost in a sense holding you hostage. It's like you want to walk away from it because it's not the place that it used to be. I mean, and the Nine of Swords upright is already a tough card. Reversed, in a lot of decks, it gets even tougher. no matter what direction you put this card in, it just doesn't look comfortable. There needs to, you're feeling like you need to, by any means necessary, you are feeling like if you don't have the physical strength already, you need to garner it up, you need to leave it behind, because if you continue to spend these sleepless nights feeling anxious and worried, you're going to drive yourself insane. Or you're feeling like you need to ride out. And you know what? I'm kind of feeling like, too, that this is a situation where on the outside, from the outside looking in, the people around you may feel like that you guys have it all together. But in reality, it's this type of energy, and it needs to come to an end. You Sagittarius, somebody in the relationship, I think the intimacy may not be in place anymore. You may not be as much into this person as you once were. Feeling like things are not as they once were. You may not be, if I hadn't said this already, you or the other person may not be feeling fulfilled in the relationship. And I'm feeling like, Sagittarius, you or the other person, this is your reading though, you're feeling trapped. And there are no court cards in this reading. So I'm assuming that this is about you and not the other person. This is how you're feeling. Oh boy. Like I said earlier, I'm feeling like you might be trapped in this particular way of thinking, or things have gotten so bad to where now you're not feeling mentally like yourself at all. You may be feeling like you are literally going crazy. You're not sleeping at night. Like I said, you're feeling anxious. There may be some guilt involved, but Sagittarius, like I said, you just really at this point you want to get away from it, but somehow you can't. And I'm feeling like some of you Sagittarians are studying your. Part of what may be holding you back is that you may be taking a really good look at your finances, because maybe what you thought was there is not. Maybe you thought that you had some savings, and you're finding out that there it's not the what you thought you had, the amount you thought you had is simply not there at all, and you have lost your mind. There are some things, Sagittarius, that you need to wrap up, because the truth of the matter is, that this situation needs to come to an end. But I think that you're letting all of the things that you got a lot of loose ends that you need to wrap up. And until you get a grip on all of this, you're gonna feel imprisoned. You're gonna feel trapped. You won't be able to bring your mind to a good, easy, balanced place. Um, Sagittarius, there is a lot going on around you right now. There's a lot that you feel like you need to figure out. In the meantime, wherever it is that you are with this person, there may be a lot going on between you and them. And you know you need to move around. But you also know that you've got to be smart about it. And probably during the day, as you go about doing what you do, people wouldn't have a clue what's going on with you behind closed doors. But at night, uh, you know, you know how it is when, as long as you're doing something, you're not thinking about stuff, you're not worried about, as long as you keep busy. But when you get home and you settle down and it's time to sleep, whatever, that's when those mental monsters jump in. And now, it's insomnia, it's holding our head in our hands. We are ready to scream. And I feel like too, Sagittarius, there could be some arguing, some harsh words. Definitely, some of you are needing to grab a hold of thyself, or your partner is. Tame the beast. There could be some things that are getting out of hand, and you're getting further and further away from, what this used to be. And I'm Sagittarius. You got to find the strength to do what's going to be best for you and all involved, or else you're going to drive yourself crazy. The strength card is in the upright position, so yeah, you definitely have the strength to do this. Then this is a major arcana, so this outweighs, even though this card is heavy, this is a major arcana, so it outweighs both of these minor arcana, which means that at the end of it all, at the end of the day, if you don't have the strength now, if you feel like you don't, it is more than possible for you to get it. The strength is there, just waiting for you to grab it. Try to go ahead and learn what you need to learn in order to make yourself feel comfortable as you move forward. Try not to be so mentally overwhelmed by all of the things that are happening around you right now. And just stay strong, Sagittarius. Stay strong. Stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. You got the strength to do it. Okay, Sagittarius, that's the way that I see it. If any of you would like to talk to me personally, you can contact me at tina@85thhousevibrations.net. Hey guys, follow me on Twitter at 85vibe, EIGHT, the number 5 and vibe, VIBE. I'm gonna try to remember to put that stuff down in the description section. I gotta get better about that. We're coming along. Let me just say too, because I did forget to say at the beginning, this was a general reading. I don't expect this to resonate with everybody. In fact, I hope it doesn't resonate, because it's a little heavy. I want to be accurate. I don't want you to think she's dumb. I'm not gonna listen to her anymore. But I'm just saying, I would hope it didn't resonate, because I'd hate to see you Sagittarians going through this, especially considering, like, you know, what I just said about, I got love for the Sagittarius. I got lots of love for the Sagittarius, so I hate for you guys to go through this. But anyway, that's the way I see it. Let me wrap it up. You know, and I hope to see you guys again next month.